All right, I'm gonna record a little HVAC maintenance video here. So, got some tools up here ready to go, some parts. Oof, it's pretty hot up here. All right, so I'll explain what we got going on over here. So this house was built in about 2019, and HVAC, which in my opinion was done extremely well. The only problem I have is that about last year it started happening where I had a backup in this condensate line, which then overflowed into the pan and tripped off this float switch, which took forever to dry out. So I had to clean out the condensate line, which is, fairly normal. The only problem I ran into was that this goes down into our laundry room and behind the wall into the drain that the laundry drains into. So there's really no way to get a vacuum on the other side of this. And if you apply any type of pressure in here, everything just seems to go back up into the pan. The other issue is the secondary is blocked up. So what I noticed was when the line got clogged, which happened again the other day, water seems to come out from under here, which is not where it's supposed to come out. So I believe that's the purpose of the secondary. So what we're going to do is take this cover off here. I'm going to spray some evaporator coil no rinse cleaner on that, since I'm going to have it open. I'm going to inspect the internal pan here. I'm going to take off this plug, but I think there's probably a factory plug in there. And then I got some parts to stub this out into the pan so the water, if it needs to overflow, will go exactly where it's supposed to. And then I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to put a valve in here, so that way if I turn it off, I can put cleaner and pressure through here, which will then allow to clear clogs out this way. Because if I blow into here now, it just goes right back up in there, and or if I throw any chemicals down there, I don't want it to go up into here. So let's see how we can get this all done. Got another camera here. I'm gonna see if I can get another angle on this stuff. So we'll just record two cameras. I don't know how this one's gonna look. All right, so here's what I think we're gonna do. The system's off right now, but let me just kill the power just to make sure that it doesn't accidentally get turned back on. And let's see what we got. First of all, I think what I'm gonna do is take this cover off, and we'll see what it looks like in there. Get this out of the way so it doesn't get wet. So, I don't know what that's really going to be looking at. Not really great angle there, but all right. So let's parts here. I got some tape to tape that back up. I got a flashlight. Got a PVC cutter. Got some cement and primer. Couple of screwdrivers, a little towel, got some PVC parts, and let's see, I'm looking for a knife, which I got right there. I also got this, I don't have too much of it left, unfortunately, but this is what I'm going to be using on the evaporator coil here. Spray that on there since I'm going to have it open. All right, let's cut this tape open first of all. I'm just going to cut this tape, and okay, just going to cut this thing here. Right. I think I got this tape here too. Just cut it down right here. I think just like that. All right, just loosen that up a little bit. Screws right here. size. Pretty hot up here right now. All right, get some screws. Just gonna put them over here. Let's see. It's one. What else we got? There's one right there. There's one. It's a little bit shorter for some reason. All right, what else we got? We got one here. Isn't that something? I don't know if I need that one because that looks like it cuts off right there. So that's probably good. Got any over here? Yep, I got one right there. That's a bitch. How the fuck am I supposed to get over there? Let's get this tape out of the way. Get this tape off here. I'm gonna try to do this without moving this exhaust. Get this tape out of here first of all so we can see. Clean that up. All right, get that cleaned up. See if we can peel this tape off of here. All right. I hope I'm holding this camera right. Otherwise, it's going to be a useless video. You can't see shit on except hear me talk. But... okay, let me get this off of here. Just try to clean this up a little because I'm going to replace all this tape. So, get all this crap out of here. All right, so we got that. I feel like there's something else holding it on here. Is there another screw here? I don't feel one. Oh, there we go. All right. Is there a screw up here? Yeah, there's that one. I'm gonna have to get to that somehow. See if a regular screwdriver on that. There we go. That's a bitch. Thanks for putting this one screw over here. Figure this out real quick. All right, then I got this one here, which we'll get a nut driver on. Get that one. Get this. All right, and then I think this one and that one are probably gonna have to go. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah. Looks like that holds that onto there. You'll probably see them over there, so let's take them out. All right. They're the same length. Yep. Okay. All them screws. Now let's see, this cover should come off here. What do we got? Anything turn this on. Just that tape. Anything on the bottom? Yeah, I've got one there. And that should be it, that one screw. Sweat my ass off in there. All right, you got that one. So, altogether we got 7 screws out of this thing. So, let's see, let's leave this out of the way. And it's all sealed up, so am I spraying anything in there? And I could see the coil in there, so I guess I could shoot a little bit of the coil cleaner in there. The rest of this, that looks pretty gnarly right there, Jesus. I don't like that. The pan looks dry though, so that's good, right? I guess so when it overflows, I mean, I'm guessing it just comes over top here and flows down here somehow or another, which is not ideal. I can't really see back there. Because when I take that plug off, I wonder if there's some kind of fat plug in there. But let's see what we can see. What's that look like in there? Behind there. Can't really see, can you? Can't really tell. Alright, let's take that off. Let's see what's under it. Let's take it off there and see what's under it. Bit more. Alright, let's see. Can we get this off while videotaping it? Oh, I guess I'm turning it the wrong way. I want to turn it loose, right? I'll go this way. That's the right direction. There, okay, that was easy. Alright, so this will be the secondary, and this should drain right into the pan. So that way, now is there a plug in there? I don't think so. Let me see. Just push it right up there and see. Nah, that goes straight on through, so that's good. Can you see? That looks good. Looks like it goes right up in there. So we'll keep this cap just in case I screwed up, and I shouldn't have done that. And everybody on whoever watches this, if you want to give me your opinion, I'd be happy to hear it. So now I was hoping that these threads are the same, and then I can thread this in there. Which can I? Yep, so that's good. So then what I want to do is I'm not going to glue any of these parts together because in case I want to take them apart, but I'm going to take this stub out and I'm just going to do a 45 probably down into the pan. So I'll need a little piece of PVC for that, which I've got over here. I'll just cut a little piece. So it's not going to be big production because it'll come down about there. So I'm just going to take a little piece of this. I'll just cut that real quick. See if you guys can see it. Hopefully you can see. So we're just going to take a little piece here. And I just lost it. Find it. All right. So we'll take this. And we're just gonna go in here. Just gonna pop that in there. Let that sit like that. And then this end will go on here once I screw it in. So let's screw that in. Let's screw that in there. Okay, that's good. Keep them tight, and then I'll just put this right up in there. And then that gets just stubbed right out into the pan. So I could just pull that apart if I need to for any reason. So I'll leave that just like that. All right, perfect. I think that's probably the way it's supposed to be, like that. Let me know what you think. All right, so before I mean, the purpose of opening this up was really to spray the coil, which looks like it ain't gonna happen. I don't like how that looks, that rust up there, but I guess there's not much I can do about it. I just, you know, hope these hold where it looks like it's important. I guess condensation dripped there and must go down to the pan. But I don't know if I should bother doing anything with that, cleaning that up and spraying it with like rust inhibitor or something, but I'll probably just leave it alone. So like I said, this unit's 6 years old. I mean, it's doing a great job. It's not massive, but I do try to do as much maintenance as I can on it and get a good life out of it. So, all right, let's see if I can spray into this. You see that cup in here. A little bit of as much of this as I can, at least. And at least I got some, right? I didn't have much to begin with, but I got some of it, so I don't know what's up here. Maybe if I can get some under there. Yeah, can't really. Better than nothing, right? Yeah, I guess so. So, all right, well. Better than nothing. Look, so now it's flowing. It's flowing to the drain, which is good. Now I should see that come out. Well, I hope I didn't take the wrong one off, right? Nah, that should be fine. I don't know if it's this one or that one that should be stubbed out, but I guess we'll find out, right? I mean, I always could put the cap back on it. That's all it was a cap. But like, so this one's lower, this one's higher, this one's obviously really low. So then this one must be the, I'm thinking that's the secondary that I've been hooked up to there. But tell me if I'm wrong and I'll switch it. Although, yeah, I mean, I should still be able to switch it. I should still be able to get the little adapter on there, and then I'll bring it out this way and down, but I think this is right. All right, so that was the purpose of taking that off. Now I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to cut this around here. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to put, and this one I'll glue, primer and glue. I'll put this in line here, so that way when I want to service the drain, I'll just turn it and cut the flow off from going backwards. So I'll just put it like right in here, and then I'll just be able to turn off the flow, which will keep everything from going back into the unit. It'll force air or chemicals or whatever cleaning shit I'm doing to go down the drain. So we're going to cut it, and then it looks like I'll lose about, what would you say? It looks like I might lose about an inch. Let's see, about an inch-ish of, looks like I might lose like an inch, so I want to probably cut it in two places, like there and then there. And that way I could fit it in. All right, so let's do that. So we're going to cut it twice here. I'm going to cut it like right there first. First cut, I'll cut like right right there. Yeah, like right there. That, and then I think I'll cut it again, like right there. All right. So now I got this little, that's the cleaning fluid coming out of there, so that's good. All right, so now I got this little gap here, which I should be able to get this unit in there. I don't know if I'm going to cut it again. And then that's dripping, so I kind of want to let that dry a little bit before I try to primer and glue that fitting in there. Just soak up some of that the fluid that's coming out of there. All right, let that soak that up for a second. So now let's see if I can just dry fit this. I don't want to totally dry fit it on here, but I should be able to get it in there on that side, and then use this side in there. I want to be able to do it somehow. Looks like it's going to be a bitch, but this kind of tilts out of the way, which is good. So I think I kind of need to cut it a little bit more. Maybe a tiny bit more. You know? What I think I'll do is I'm going to glue this up on there first, and then I'll see. I'm going to glue this side first, and then we'll see. So let's take a look at it. All right. I think I'll put on some gloves so I don't dye my hands purple here. All right, so let's prime it, and then we'll glue this on there. Here's the primer. I'll prime this up. It's that purple primer. I'm just gonna do some of this on there. Make sure it's covered all the way around. That'll look good there. All right, now, I don't know, you're supposed to primer the fitting too? I don't know. You know, I'm not quite sure. But I guess I'll do it a little bit just in case. I don't want it to, like go into the valve. But I primed the fitting. Not quite sure if you're supposed to or not, but I don't think it'll hurt. We got the glue, so we can glue it. Glue here. Let's get this excess glue off of there. All right, so let's glue it. Okay, I don't think I need glue on the fitting side. All right, so let's get this on there as quick as we can. All right, so then that's on there pretty good. Now, all right, so now what we're going to need to do is bring this back down and get that in there. Now this is pretty rigid. This don't want to move, so can't really, no flex in there, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know if I need to take a little bit more off of that or not. But I'm going to wrestle with it real quick and just see. So if I bring it down like that, okay, I might be able to just pop it in there. So let's prime this side up. So prime this side up real good. Catch the primer there. Make sure it's all covered. All right, good. And then I think I'm just gonna prime the inside of this lightly. All right, we got that all primed up now. I think what I'll do is, oh shit, see, you got primer all over the fucking place. I'm looking to do that. Looks like shit. I did not want it to look like shit. And that's disappointing, but, you know, what are you going to do? All right. Let's see. Let's take the glue. Listen, I'm not a plumber, you know what I'm saying? But I think I can make this work. All right, so we're going to take the glue here. We'll apply the glue to this side. Get this all glued up. All right. Now, let's see if we can make this fit in here. All right. All right. I don't know what happened there. It got knocked off, but and the light came off for some reason. All right, well, my iPhone says it's too hot, so I can't use the flash anymore, so I can't light up. But I got a flashlight. All right, so I got it on there, both sides. I'm pretty sure it's on there fairly well. I'm happy with that, other than the fact that I got purple primer everywhere. That looks like shit. If there's any way to clean that off, anybody has any ideas for that, let me know. All right, so we got this sprayed down. I'll close that back up. I'm pretty much done. Job's done. So now when I want to clean it, all I got to do is close that valve, and I can apply air pressure or chemicals down into this vent, and it'll go, you know, only toward the drain. And then obviously for normal operation, I'll leave it open. So it should be good. I'm fairly certain that we're good to go at this point. So what I think I'm going to do is close this up. I'll reseal this, then we'll turn the air on, and we'll come back and check it and make sure that you know, it's draining the way it's supposed to. So let me put some of this stuff away, and we'll put this plate back on and seal it up with some tape. So let's see what we got over here for this. So here's the plate. Go back. See, I need some kind of light, right? So how's that? All right, so here's the plate. We're gonna stick this back on. And go in place here. All right, so that's gonna go right there. Let me take some of this old tape off this, actually, so we can see it. Take some of this tape off of here. Put a nice fresh tape on this. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do this videotape, man, while you do your jobs, for you HVAC techs or you vehicle techs or electricians, plumbers, whoever does these videos, man. How the hell do you do it? I'm trying to pay attention to the job and the phone at the same time, and like I look over and the friggin' video's pointing in my palm, like you know. And I watch a lot of them, and I'm really entertained by them, which is why I'm making this. But I don't get it. I don't know how you do it. You got like something to hold your phone for you or something, maybe, or just experience. I don't know. I'd like to get this tape off here, but it's really being a bitch, so I think I'm just going to leave it. All right, so we'll leave that little piece, and then we'll just get it covered up. All right, so we get inside here. That all looks good. All right, we're going to close this back up. And then screws back in it. And then, so I had this cover off before. I just forgot that you didn't have access to the coil too much, but I put this tape on here because originally there was no tape on this leading edge or this edge in here inside, and there was a lot of air that was escaping. So I taped it up because, you know, try to maintain that air pressure. Why is it leaking out of there? Now what about that? I don't like how that looks too much. All right, so I guess that's good. All right. All right, I think that's in place there, thing. Bitch. Son of a bitch. Where are you at? Great. All right. Hope you guys can see like this. I'm just trying to get these screws back in place real quick. Snug them up. See if I can get this one in place by hand first. They're on a little bit of an angle, it looks like. Oh, fucking angle's a bitch. They're pretty good. All right, so what else we got? We got one down there. All right, that one's nice and snug. And then we got these two here. So that easy one, and then that really bitchable screw. Let's see, so we got that one there, and then that real bitch up there. So if I can get it without dropping it. So I think what I'll do is, what I'm going to do right now is, while I'm finishing this up, I'm going to have my wife turn on the air, so that way can run while we're up here, so while we're taping it up, and we can observe it and make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do here as far as draining goes. So let me get this one screw in, and then I'll call her real quick. Oh man, what a fucking bitch. I think it would be easier to do it. Where the fuck is the screw hole? I don't even see it. It's not lined up right. It's just fucking on an angle down. I need a regular screwdriver for this one. Alright, so does this come off here? Nah, fuck with that. Alright, so let's see if we can just get this one in manually. And we'll tell her to turn the air on real quick. There we go, fill it. Nice and snug. That ain't going nowhere. And now for that one, which is going to be a bitch. Let's see. I'm going to do this by hand mostly. just call her real quick, tell her to put the air in, and then I'll finish this. All right, called for air, just tighten up this last screw. I turned the power back on here to the unit. So last part of this is I'll tape up these spots that I cut and remove tape on. I'll just make sure that this is tucked in over here, as good as it can be. So let me know, what do you think of that? I mean, it looks good to me. It looks like it might be coming out a little bit, like here, coming out and then going, but I got it seated pretty far, and I don't think I'm gonna have any problems as far as water leakage goes. It seems pretty tight. The valve operates nice and free. And I got this little stub out here, so let's turn this on, or let's tape this up. Can you see over here? We'll start over here. I'll tape this up. See if I can show you guys. See, there's some water flow through there. Probably can tell on the camera. Oops. There's water flow there. So that's good. And I don't see anything over here. I don't see anything over there. It looks nice and dry. We're good. I mean, I think we're good. I think it's gonna work out. Got this stubbed out there. Put my water switch back in the pan. Put it up closer to that stub out, so that way I catch it right away if it starts leaking. And yeah, that's it. So clean up. Wipe down this pan real quick. Let's see. Let me just wipe this out real quick and get all that shit in there. Debris. We're just gonna put this wet switch right under my new addition there too, because yeah, I want to know if I fucked up. Right? I mean, I'm thinking I'm good. I'm thinking I'm gonna be all right, because I do see water flowing quite a bit now. See one drop out here, just perfect. Cut the flow off. I cut this off, which was probably stupid, and then it should come out of there, but I'm just going to open it real quick and we'll see it flow. No moisture here on the joints that I made. I got no moisture there. I don't feel anything coming out of that. So I say we're good. Now my two questions is it normal for air to come out of there? And I guess so, because this is an enclosed box with positive pressure, and then this is a drain outlet. I mean, I guess there has to be air coming out of there, right? That wouldn't make sense otherwise. And this vent also, I have some air coming, not much, but you know, enough that if I were to pour water in there, it would probably blow back at me. Like, this shouldn't be capped, right? Like, this is the vent. I don't think I should cap this. I did buy a cap, but I'm almost 99% certain that I should not cap that. So I'm just gonna not cap it, and that's it. I'm just gonna leave it. But yeah, that's it. It's a service for future maintenance ability of my AC unit. Put this little T adapter in here, or this this little cutoff switch in here, so that way I can clean this out without having to cut it. So I've seen YouTube videos where they'll cut it. They'll probably cut it like here, the maintenance HVAC techs. They'll cut it here, then they'll blow water or air through it or whatever they need to blow through it to clean it, and then they'll put like maybe a clear piece of tubing over it or something. Now, I really didn't want to do that. I kind of wanted like a permanent ability to just totally shut it off and clean it, every year, so I can do it, every year, at least once a year, because this is a 90% condensing furnace, so in the winter, this, condensate is still used, so it's not just the summer, as far as I understand it, at least. All right, well, thanks for watching if you did. Appreciate it.